destiny. The gods, they said, had smiled upon you, which is a poetic way of saying you'd been handpicked for an appointment you could never cancel. The Aztec worldview was built on reciprocity with the gods. The sun rose, the rains fell, and the corn grew because humans gave back, not in coins or flowers, but in blood. Your blood. To them, this was the highest compliment. You were worthy of feeding the divine. To you, it was like being told you'd been selected as Employee of the Month, only to find out the reward was being ceremonially fired from life. Priests would remind you daily how special you were. They'd talk about how your spirit would ascend to the highest heavens, how the gods themselves would welcome you, and how your sacrifice would ensure the world didn't collapse into eternal darkness. It was touching, really, except for the part where none of this changed the fact that you were on a countdown clock. Some chosen victims leaned into it. If you were already doomed, you might as well enjoy the perks, the richer food, the ceremonial drinks, the fact that you could say whatever you wanted without worrying about tomorrow, because, well, there wasn't going to be one. Others, however, had a harder time buying into the honor part. Being told you're special loses some sparkle when it comes from the same guy sharpening the obsidian blade. Your family might be proud, or at least pretend to be, because publicly questioning the ritual wasn't exactly safe. Neighbors would nod with solemn respect as you walked by, wearing fine clothes and painted in sacred patterns. But deep down, they were thinking, better him than me. To the outside world, you were now untouchable, revered, almost holy. In reality, you were the centerpiece in a grand performance that everyone was looking forward to, except you. The priests called it a sacred duty. You might have called it a one-way promotion to the afterlife. Being special in the Aztec Empire had its perks, but as you'd soon find out, it also had a very sharp, very ceremonial downside. One of the strangest things about being chosen for sacrifice in the Aztec Empire was how well you were treated before the big day. It was almost suspicious. You went from ordinary life, whether as a captured warrior, a slave, or a citizen, to what could only be described as the ancient equivalent of an all-inclusive resort. Suddenly, you were fed rich, flavorful meals. None of the bland maize porridge you might have been used to. We're talking tamales, fresh fruit, maybe even cacao drinks. Food normally reserved for nobility. Your clothes upgraded too. No more worn tunics. Now you wore fine cotton garments, dyed in bright colours and decorated with